day and welcome to another episode of Debunking the Myths with me, Luvuyo Mdeni. I mean, the show where we really sit and dissect what you've seen on social media regarding COVID-19. COVID-19 has literally changed the entire world and how things have been done in 2020. And in today's program, I'm very happy to be joined by someone from the National Institute of Communicable Diseases. Now, if you would know, the NICD has been very active in terms of tracing COVID-19 in South Africa. Vennesa, good day.
Good morning. Yes, good morning, Luvuyo. I'm great, thanks. And how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Vennesa, now you are a laboratory manager at the NICD. It's been very hectic. I can imagine the amount of work that you do, even though you're in a different type of laboratory that focuses on another virus. But right now, all the attention is on COVID-19.
Correct. I mean, everybody has been hands on deck to ensure that our country is well prepared, and we're doing everything that is possible for the safety and to understand how the coronavirus novel 19 has been circulating in our country.
And now, how has it been like in terms of the research and the amount of work that that has now presented itself to you in terms of finding out new information that you can give to us about this virus?
Well, the NICD, its focus has slightly shifted from when the first case was diagnosed in South Africa. So we've now moved more into surveillance and further research to try and understand the virus better, and equipping our labs so that we're well prepared should there be any other developments happening. So our focus is now shifted, as I said, to surveillance, and we're now also looking at serological assays to see if we can be able to develop those, validate them so that they are ready to use, so that we'll be able to look at how the virus has spread throughout our country.
Of course, we call this show Debunking the Myths, and we invite our SABC Facebook audience to send us questions, and we debunk the myths that they would have perhaps seen about COVID-19. Today, we're very, very fortunate to be joined by one of our audiences from the SABC Facebook page. Justin, good day. How are you?
How are you, Luvuyo?
I'm good, thank you. Justin, you had a question for Vennesa, and this, Vennesa, is a very interesting question because I think it's something that you might be researching. Justin, shoot your question. What do you want to know about COVID-19?
Is it true that Madagascar already have a cure for COVID-19?
Okay, so that's an interesting question. I think we need to be clear about cure and medication and treatment. So I know that there has been some vials that have been being sent around the world, or Africa specifically, from Madagascar as a cure for COVID-19. But obviously, as the South African government and our Minister of Health has said, that in South Africa we have a lot of expertise. You know, we have the potential to be able to test if these work, what is in the ingredient that makes it work. So, I mean, we have the regulatory bodies like SAPRA, who would also want to have a look at that before we can be able to say that it's really a cure or it can be used for treatment. So I think to get it out there is that we can never say anything is a cure until it has been scientifically proven that it has been the capability to cure any disease. So that is the important thing, that we cannot comment on that until it has been tested in a laboratory and it has been approved by SAPRA, which is our regulatory body in South Africa.
So to conclude that question, Vennesa, can we say that that myth has been debunked, and we are absolutely certain right now that there is no kind of cure for COVID-19?
Until it is scientifically proven in a laboratory and we've done the necessary tests, we cannot say that it is a cure. So we have to have scientific evidence. I think what is important, what COVID-19 has taught us, is that let's use scientific facts, proven facts, to say or to put out any statements out there.
I'd like to bring you to another question that Justin has. Justin, what's your second question that you wanted to find out from Vennesa?
Vennesa, there's a thing that has been circulating all over our social media that there's this lebanga or umhlonyana Does it really work? Because they're saying it works wonders on COVID-19.
I think it's similar to the first question that you had, Justin. The fact that if we don't have scientific proof or scientific evidence, we cannot make any conclusions on that. So research needs to be done, and we need to have those facts on the table to be able to make such conclusions. And as I specifically said, for us in South Africa, we have the necessary skills and the expertise to be able to test these to see if they work or do not work. And we have regulatory bodies that would actually also tell us that can we continue to use them for those specific purposes. So at the moment, we can say, let's not put it out there to say that it works, because we don't have scientific evidence to show that it works.
Vanessa, I'd like to bring you to another question that we had from a Facebook user, and the question will pop up now. And basically wants to know, from the people who have recovered from COVID-19, what is it that they eat or drink on a daily basis? Basically, she just wants to know if there's any daily routine that they follow, because all we hear is daily stats. The health department does not want to tell us what we need to eat and drink. That's the question.
We had about 38% of the people who had tested positive who have recovered. So you can see that it's a large number of people that have recovered from COVID-19. And the people who get sick are the people that have other underlying conditions. I think that has been proven, that if you have lung disease or heart disease, you have diabetes, or anything else that perhaps you are elderly and immunocompromised, those conditions make it actually easy for you to get severe disease. So the most important thing is to be healthy. So how do you keep healthy? I think what you should be taking from this is the fact that you need to maintain a healthy body, a healthy mind, and a healthy physical being. So in that way, you'll be able to survive through this infection. And most of the people who actually have the infection, they get mild symptoms. So they might have it and not actually even know that they have the infection, because their body is able to fight it off. So there are no specific ingredients to say this is the formula that you would need to follow. But all that we're saying is that keep healthy, eat healthily foods, and then maintain a healthy immune system. That's the important thing.
Now, Vanessa, this I think would bring us to our last question that I really want Justin to ask you, because he had another very specific question about a vaccine of sorts regarding COVID-19. Justin, what's your question?
Then, I want to ask Vanessa, how far are we on vaccine development?
Okay, so maybe just to give a brief background in terms of vaccine development. So a vaccine development is not just an overnight process. So there's various stages that the vaccine has to go through. So it needs to be tested in the laboratory. They might use animal models to test it to make sure that it works. And then from there, it needs to then to be tested in people. But also in that instance, there's various stages there, because you can't just test it, I'll say in America on 50 people and you think it works. You need to have a large number of people who have the potential to be exposed to the virus. And you also need to test it in different countries, because different people react differently to the vaccine. So that is the process that needs to be followed. And once this testing has been done, the results need to be looked at to ensure that all the ground has been covered, that we have looked at side effects. Are there any side effects? Is it safe? Is it effective? Out of all these people that we've tested the vaccine on. So it's a long process. It's not, you can't cut corners, because at the end of the day, it will have an impact on people's lives. So at the moment, they're still doing phase 3 trials in different parts of the world. And I think it's also here in South Africa, there has been a call for people to volunteer to be vaccinated, but this is on a trial basis. And once a vaccine has been found, then you'll be able to access it. And I'm sure that, as like the WHO has said, that they will ensure that it's affordable for all different countries in the world.
And there you have it. That was another episode of Debunking the Myths. And I'd like to say thank you very, very much to Vennesa Maseko, who's the laboratory manager at the Institute for Communicable Diseases. Vennesa, thank you very much. And also thank you to Justin. Until our next episode, bon voyage.